Welcome back, everybody, to FedEx Field, just outside of our nation's capital. Currently, it's Washington in possession of the football as we get back into the action in quarter number 2. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headline. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Garoppolo again. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams.
That's covered.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Dumps that off to Penny as running back. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. Garoppolo. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll run with Penny. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter.
A 23-yard attempt.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and that will do it for this first half. So we come upon half. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. One of these 2 teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. With about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On play action, Wentz. And he's got Miller. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That third down conversion good for 23.
23 yards.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll run it with Jones. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56.
They'll go again to Jones. Run will give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Strong coverage by Washington, and now 4th down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Wentz going to go on 4th down. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Touchdown.
Scotty Miller, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel, make sure they get their security deposit back.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
First possession of the 2nd half now for Washington. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On 2nd down, here's Penny. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and knock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 18.
Jones, the ball carrier.
Tackle made by Chase Young.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Again, it's Jones. A limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
Jones, the ball carrier.
You know that old expression, it's not my night.
21-yard line.
It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now a play fake. Wentz airing this one out for Evans. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
To Mike Evans.
Mike Evans, 79 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was, and if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. Don't get nervous. Hey, 58 to Mike.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Got a man, that's Quinn. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Gain of 3.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there. And it helps him move the sticks. 1 yard is the gain. And that leads to a Washington first down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Open man is Quinn. He completes it. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Rashad Penny. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
At the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 9.
1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
It's a party now. It's a party now. Hey, 58 to Mike. Go 58 to Mike. Switch.
From the 25 on 2nd down. Garoppolo got a man. It's Gibson complete. 7 yards there and a first down.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty, but when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Garoppolo. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Melvin Ingram. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and among...
And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
56 is the mic. Check. Mike 56.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Carrier.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He's not going to get me. Mike 56. Mike 56. Here we go, dude. Here I come.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jones, only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
He was brought down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And it's 3rd down.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Mike's 57. 57's Mike.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And that is incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
Kill.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Carrier.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56. No gain on this defense. No gain. Back. Sponge. No.
Sometimes you need a fold when you keep your eyes open.
Delay of game, offense.
But I can't go.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Sometimes I need a check, not to sleep with
Mike 56. Mike 56. They can't hang with us. Check it hungry.
On 2nd down now, it's Williamson. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
On the play.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
57's Mike. Hey, kill. Hey, 4-2, kill. Here I come.
Play action. Now Wentz. The catch made by Miller. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
56 is the mic. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
On 1st down, Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. keep it on the ground. It's Jones. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. On 2nd and goal, Wentz, and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
And now back out comes the offense. Saying their fans here are stunned would be an understatement. Things in this wild card round have not gone according to plan.
They're running it. 58 for Mike, 58. 58 for Mike.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That one caught by Gibson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Throwing on first is Garoppolo.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Now and this is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
58, boys, 58, 58.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
Washington.
The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Mike Evans of the Tampa offense about to set up shop. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Tonight's
And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.